And it's funny. Somebody had asked me like, "Oh, so when you guys plan on putting out another episode and shit?" And I was like,
You know what you should have told that person?
What?
Whenever you're coming.
Whenever you're coming, we are taking open.
Come on.
We are taking open
mean?
guests. So, ironically enough, as we start recording, another individual clicks in on some. When's gonna happen? When is gonna happen?
You shouldn't be asking when are you recording. When am I gonna be in it?
I mean,
not me, because I don't want to be in it.
This podcast is a fully open to any and everybody with a story that they feel can help any and everybody, or just knowledge and information that people could retain and help and just move forward with shit. Come shoot the shit on some real shit or some some real shit. None of that fake shit. But
like that shit with Joe Rogan that we were talking. You sent me that video, and I mean
that fake shit with
the small clip that I sent you. He says, "Hey."
Yeah, he says, "Nigga."
But then, the one that you sent me that has a lot of clips of him.
It was a mashup of like all of his.
They blipped that out. So, how I see it, that's the perfect opportunity for anybody to go. So, he's racist. He's racist. Because. Give me a second.
Sorry, we have a guest appearance by Mary Jane also.
Russell Peters, you heard him?
Yes, Russell Peters.
Be a man. So he has this skit about the media in America, how they'll tell you something and show you some random picture, like a bombing, and they'll show you some Indian guy, and then he'll show you. Can't remember what he says. But then he goes, they'll show you a car accident and a Chinese guy. What do you think? Wow. and they have nothing to do with them. But I mean, that's.
I guess they're kind of
That's how they're using that clip. He went all out and said it.
They're trying to bait it into
but
it.
Then again, back to what I mentioned earlier. What if I call you negro? And then that clip with the Jordan Peterson and the flip chart. Shit, this is back in 2014. Apparently, flip chart is derogatory against Filipinos because of flip. But who knows if there's somebody in the world that's Filipino that cares about somebody using flip chart around them when they're showing them a chart on a flipped paper.
But not to be the comedian that I am, but I will be. Does that mean that the pretzels the chocolate covered pretzels they sell at 7-Eleven that are called flips have to be changed too now?
And then why not change? Why not go along and change Oreos?
Why?
Cause that's two guys fucking a white chick.
Well, that's your vibe. Two guys.
Hey, what?
Okay, well, I would think of Oreo as just a black person with a white person on the inside of them. I mean, in a non-sexual way, but I see your point. I see your point. The smash and dash, 2 black men, 1 white girl. Yeah.
I mean, why not change all this fucking bullshit on?
But I mean, there are individuals that take these things pretty heavily. Look at the Washington football team. They changed it from what it was, a derogatory Native American term. We won't say it, but everybody knows what it was. And now they're, I don't know, what are they? The Commanders? Something weird. But I mean, they listened to who it was offending the most, and they respectfully made a business decision. Because at the beginning of the day, it's all about Oreos. It's all about the brand and trying to protect the brand and stuff and what's gonna keep it afloat. And I feel like excuse me.
I mean, if they're attacking,
it's just not attacking on Titan.
But yeah. So yeah, I don't know on that video.
The Joe Rogan video, it's all over the place. Like, it's kind of hard to really assess it.
I gotta Google and look for a compilation that's
a little bit more longer and not censored.
Yes, there you go.
Because it's like, I want to. It's at the point to where it doesn't even matter the term or how he was using it and stuff like that, because it briefly shows it even in the mashup clip that I sent you. But it's just to the point to where like, how's it gotten this far without it being recognized to the terms that it is now? Since this happened a long time ago or a while ago, you know, they're talking about 10 years ago. So like, how come?
Why is it relevant now?
Why is it relevant now?
When he said it, yeah. But, and I mean, if he is racist, wouldn't everybody want people that are racist to be like him? Because he invites people that that are different races and different backgrounds and talks to them.
I don't believe he's racist. I don't believe
he's racist either, but I mean, that's what everybody calls him.
He, has full custody of his daughter, who's, his stepdaughter. Came into the situation when she was, I believe, 2, or maybe younger. But she's black, and he's raised her as if it's his own. Exactly. So it's like, I don't think, at the beginning of the day, I don't think he's racist. But I feel like there has to be some sort of repercussions behind this action. It just sucks that the repercussions is coming 10 years later when the action was 10 years ago. So the timeline on this this whole situation's fucked. You allow him to become the number 1 person in America as far as all streaming platforms, podcast-wise, and yet something like this 10 years ago probably could have prevented that. Not saying that his work ethic and the guests that he'll bring on and information that he was spreading and stuff like that wasn't helpful. But I don't know. I just see it like this. The nigga wouldn't gotten as far as he's gotten now if they would have done something about this shit 10 years ago.
No, because even if they would have tried to do something 10 years ago, there's no racist intent behind it.
10 years ago, we had a black president.
It wouldn't have sparked fire at all.
I think it would have. 10 years ago, things were different. 10 years ago, 10 years ago wasn't what it is today, where we're seeing, people just being proud to be black on one corner, and then on the next corner, people were just, overly racial with the whole Trump support and stuff like that. They're not saying like, hey, we support Trump's ideology. We're saying like, hey, we support the racism that comes with it, and we're all about that.
But Obama being president, you don't think he would have listened and say, you don't think he would have said something?
I think it would have brought change. I think it would have brought greater change. Not saying it would have thrown him off his course, but it could have prevented the conversations that are happening now. And something could have been done then when the situation happened.
I don't know, but I don't know, man. If you got mad at him, I guess just stop watching them, right?
I guess so.
But
it's like, I don't personally, as a black man, I don't feel like he's racist. So it's just one of those situations where it's like, I'm just taking it all in, and I'm just questioning if this would have been, addressed at the point of the attack from the situation. How would it have been handled?
How I see it, there's no point in thinking, what ifs? There's no, because
so what now?
It is now, exactly.
So what now?
There's no, he ain't gonna be canceled now, so just
yeah.
See, I guess now whoever wants to cancel him, just perk up your ears to see if he messes up again and do whatever, I guess. Other than that, I don't think no other way. But yeah. Space.
Yeah. I guess off that shit with that nigga.
So, here's on a different thing. Something that happened to me yesterday. Yeah. So, I'm at work, right? Mm-hmm. And outside we have these flowers, and there's these flowers on pots. They're on the display that has steps, like 3 levels. Mm-hmm. And 2 of them are $7.99, and the top one are, I want to say, like $18.
The more expensive ones.
Yeah, they're bigger.
They're $19.99.
They're bigger.
I've purchased from there several times.
They're a little bit bigger. So
that's where I get Tutu's flowers.
I'm guessing somebody, a customer, walked up to him and said, pretty flowers, whatever. Grabbed one of the, whatever, the most expensive ones.
One of the bouquets?
No. The potted ones that are near the entrance.
He just grabbed. One of the little ones that's in the potteries.
The entrance. Yeah. Because the entrance is right there. There's a little.
There's a little display, a shelf.
With potted plants. So on the big, whoever it was, grabbed one of the big ones and like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna take it. Put it on the second shelf.
Where he put it where it wasn't.
Yeah, but whatever. Doesn't matter. That is pointless because one, to me, gives me something to do because I don't got shit to do most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I got shit to do, but there's times that I'm looking for shit to do. That would help. So, somebody calls me up to the front, produce to floor or whatever. So I go. And this older lady goes, how much is this? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure. So I looked at the signs, right? Because I did what she did. Came up, looked at the signs, so this is on this level. Bam. So it might be $7.99. And like, no, I just checked. And like, oh. So next thing I did, compared it. Okay. Fucking child games, right? Mm-hmm. One of these shits doesn't belong here. Which one is it? So I noticed that the one she was complaining about was bigger than the other ones. So I looked at the top and I'm like, oh, okay. Kind of.
You understood because you added one and one.
This one might be from up here, but it was over here, she goes. It was in the second level. I'm like, yes, a customer might have moved it here. And then she goes, how is that my fault? And she's not raising her, she's kind of raising her voice, trying to be stern. She's trying to be stern. Which, I'll tell you another one that happened right after it too. This was funnier. This one is just annoying. So, I answered the old lady with the same thing. How is this my fault? I mean, I'm inside. I'm busy. I haven't had a chance to come out here and arrange things. So she points to another one, and how much is that one? And I mean, I told her the same thing. It looks like it's going to be that night. And here, let me go check the price. Because that way she won't have to waste her time and go and then get annoyed that it's not. But she didn't complain. She just grabbed it and took it. Whatever.
She took it for what it was anyway. Yeah.
So.
She just wanted her voice to be heard.
Oh, man. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Then the night before that, actually, I was just coming back from my lunch. And I had left unfinished the apples. I was stacking up apples. And I'm coming back and I go back to it, right? I get back to my apples, start stacking my apples. And this lady walks by and I just complain about your blueberries. Okay. And so I go back to it, whatever, right?
Thinking nothing of it.
Because I had no idea what she was talking about. Then she comes back closer to me. I just went to the front and complained about your blueberries. And they don't have a price. And oh yeah, there's nobody at the moment that can do a price. So I mean, you just have to just check it.
Yeah. Have the price check it at the front.
That's unacceptable, she goes. And just not my, I mean,
I'm sorry for your inconvenience, but it is what it is.
To the lighter one, to my favorite of the three, because it was cool. It was just a cool interaction with the guy, with the person. So they call me over, right? And I see this guy. He goes, "Hey, could you, if I choose some flowers, could you adorn them into like a bouquet thing?" And like, yeah, you just choose them. And he's like. He's looking at the flowers and he's asking me the tulips or the roses. I'm like, why not mix them up? Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh no, I want either tulips or either roses. All right, for sure. And I'm like, me being the guy, usually just go with roses because that's the typical thing that every woman should love, right?
Yeah.
And again, this me going from just talking out of my head, right? So he goes, well, what does he say? Fuck, how does it put it? Oh, you would think that being gay, I would know about flowers. Not me, him, personally. This is what the guy said. He happened to be gay.
Okay.
He wouldn't have told me, I would have never known.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, right? So he goes, you would think that being gay, I would know about flowers. And then I go, because I caught up, right? And like, it clicked. I can't remember what I answered, but he's like, no, I'm gay. And like, oh. And like, oh, and then so I'm like, oh, and you're asking me, a straight guy, to fix it to make it look pretty? Like, oh man. He goes, the blind leading the blind. Exactly, the blind man. Leading the blind.
That's the best one so far.
That was cool, man. You know, it was just shooting the shit.
He was just shooting the shit. That's funny.
That's so I fixed it up right as much as I could. And he take it out and he goes, like, yeah, man, looks pretty nice, man. Might be gayer than you think. He goes, like, hey. It was just, hey, thank you.
Shooting the shit, I guess.
But it was pretty cool.
He shot it right back at you.
That was cool.
Yeah, I'm also gonna bring Kyrie on one episode and shoot the shit with him about that community.
So, okay.
That's funny.
Scenario.
Okay.
What if it's somebody else? Like, I don't know, somebody with a different mentality than me, and when he said that hey, you might be getting anything. What if he just snapped and nah, I'm super straight, because apparently there's a thing now.
Well, I would say this: if you have to go above and beyond to prove yourself, there's something. Yeah, there's something going on there.
But, yeah, so it was pretty cool. I liked that. I was laughing all day about that. Hey, it was cool.
Well, I mean, shit, it happens, and it's life. And the funny thing is, it's just being able to take a joke, no matter who's saying the joke. You know, it doesn't matter who says the joke, as long as it's funny. To me, it's cool. Fucking funny.
Should have got his name, maybe I'll see him again, you know. And I don't, hey, it's you.
And then shoot the shit again.
But then again, I probably won't be. Hey, it's you, because even if he told me his name,
you'll forget it.
Yeah, instantly. As soon as he turned around, damn.
So then every time you see him, hey, it's you.
Hey, it's you. The flower guy.
The flower guy.
Yeah. You'll probably be the same to me too. Hey, it's you, the flower guy.
Man, your situation is that. I had a situation. I'm pretty sure you remember this from when we used to work together. The one individual who he sold houses. And he used to be a customer, come down. He would he sell houses in the neighborhood.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was cool. That was cool to be a witness to, not to be in it.
To be witness somebody get a hit on.
That was very uncomfortable for you, for sure.
It was very uncomfortable. I'll just lightly go into the situation.
Mr. Sexy Lips. Say it with your sexy lips.
Oh my gosh, that situation was very uncomfortable, because it was just like it just caught me off guard, and I wasn't expecting any of this, because I wasn't even. We were just having a regular conversation about just regular stuff.
Talking shit. I wouldn't. Never thought about it either.
Never thought about it, and then he just came left field and just like, and he said it to a girl, so this would really like throw everything off. It was just like,
yeah, because the girl said that she liked your lips, right?
Yeah, and then he was like, yes, he has the sexiest lips. I was like, oh my god, this is so uncomfortable.
Putting on your bomb too, which was even worse.
This is the worst part ever.
He was probably thinking like, oh,
they caught me slipping.
He's probably doing that to seduce me.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Good times, good times.
And it's funny, I've seen him, a few times after that and stuff like that. Cause like I said, he sells houses in the neighborhood or whatever. And I've actually seen him at the gym. Kind of hit that hard right into the bathroom when I saw him. They didn't see me. I didn't want to get very awkward in the gym and stuff like that. And I just wanted to be, cool, So if he did see me from a distance, hey, how you doing? And just keep things moving. Because, again, we're in a gym, and we're there to, kind of maximize our physical potential and not socialize, So that's what I try to do.
Now that you mentioned that about going to a gym and not trying to socialize,
and
I remember what I was. I don't know how to put it, but I guess conduct in the worst work area, like with males and females.
Work conduct.
Yeah. So here's a big question to both, or to everyone.
Okay.
Don't want to exclude nobody.
Right.
Let me stand corrected.
Right.
Let me kneel corrected because I'm kneeling. Do do you go to work or wherever it is that to do your professional dealings? To do professional dealings, or are you going to call attention? And that, I mean, it goes from both ways. Because I mean, I use cologne, and again, I use cologne so I could call attention.
Okay.
You know, that goes on to the I'm just feel comfortable attire.
I guess I would say since we're going that aspect, yeah, that's like saying like, does your appearance matter? And
I mean,
and personal hygiene and all that stuff, and hell yes it does. But do I go to work to kind of like? Do I go to work to do anything more than my job? No, but I accept what comes with it. I accepted my job, you know.
But when you get ready, do you say, "Oh, you know, I'm a," because like I say, I throw cologne.
I have 30 different colognes over there. You know I fucking wear cologne. I wear different cologne every day. So everybody knows me as a Colonisaurus Rex. I'm a colonial man when it comes to cologne.
That's not the question, though. I mean, it doesn't matter how many colognes you have. Stop jumping around the question.
Okay, so the question is,
I mean, It's not to you, and it's just the general you, I guess. The end of you, because you're here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using you as the whole world.
Okay.
So do you wear cologne so you would attract a potential partner? Because I don't know how I would say, opposite sex, but you can't say that no more either. So
that's a very intricate question. Like that's very deep.
See, because say you work in a
no.
Okay.
I don't wear cologne to
hold on.
Yeah.
So I guess part 2 of the question. Okay. If you worked only with and you worked in a mechanic store, would you still wear cologne? Only males. You're working in the back.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I would. Okay. I would, because it's just a natural thing for me. I would even excuse me. I would.
Man, motherfuckers, I don't want you smelling I ain't gonna waste my cologne like y'all motherfuckers.
Because it's been even time, like for me, I will ask a dude, "Hey, bro, what scent is that?" Before more often than I would tell a young lady that she smells nice, and not even because I'm attracted.
That sounds to me that's good though. You should never, unless you're acquainted with the woman, you should never tell her, "You smell nice." It sounds creepy. Because you have to get close enough to smell her.
But sometimes
even like, if she walks by and you can smell it,
it'd be too much. It's still and I'll be one to say like, "Hey, that's too much." Like,
yeah.
I'll be one to be like that.
You should.
I wish. No, not everybody's accepted.
So what?
To that type of stuff.
Just because they don't accept it doesn't mean it doesn't stink.
Well. Yeah, because then again, it's like the whole booger reference.
That's what
I tell people when they have boogers in their nose all the time. I tell people when their fly is down. Not I'm looking at your crotch, but unfortunately,
it caught.
It just
something was off.
It just was off, brother.
The picture was off.
So I'm looking out for you, brother.
Yeah,
just like that. Like I would want somebody to look out for me. And like just like when I see somebody with a booger in their nose, like not like that. Hey, you got a little booger in your nose. Handing them a paper towel.
I wouldn't wear cologne if I only work with guys. Fuck yeah, motherfuckers! I don't want you smelling me. I ain't gonna waste my good cologne on y'all.
Well, then also if you're like for me, I think of also hard labor. I think of sweating and stuff like that, and what comes out of your pores.
I would throw Axe.
And that's a body spray, which is like a cologne.
No.
Yes, it's a fragrance.
It's a fragrance, but Axe, Axe, I see it for teens.
That's like bod, the old bod spray. I want your bod.
Yeah. Pause. It's a different thing. It's not the same.
Wow.
It's not the same.
Axe is not the same.
It's not. It's the difference between air freshener.
Well, I mean, it's almost. It does say deodorant on it, so I'll give you partially of that. But it also does say fragrance, so it's a half and halfer.
To me, is the difference between fabric. The Febreze fabric and Febreze air.
Febreze, the fabric spray, and then the air wick spray.
The air is just the Axe, and the fabric is the cologne.
You want to know something funny?
Stupid as reference.
Sometimes the fabric one I spray in the air too.
Doesn't mean you have to.
I don't have to, because I have both. I have the fabric and the air
but
spray.
But the point is that, so Axe, I would just use it like when I'm fucking right after a sports game, or man, fucking I don't want to be stinking, and I still gotta go.
So you still want to define yourself away from the other stinky dudes.
That's different though, because now you're sweating and shit.
But that's what I was saying.
Unless, I mean, if there's a shower in the back, then I wouldn't throw nothing on. Then I wouldn't give a fuck, because I just take a shower. Bang.
Okay. So then you just have the shower smell. But I don't see a problem. But then I don't see a problem like just, smelling good just to smell good. I like smelling good, regardless. And I smell good even if nobody tells me that I smell good. So it's mainly for me.
Hey, girls like being comfortable. Nobody tells them you're
comfortable.
Yeah. Argument, man.
You got me. That is another argument and another subject and another podcast episode for another time. We will definitely be back with you. Once again, I am your host, SP Press, and we are out.
Peace.